Live across North Texas and beyond, this is the Jenna Ryan Show.
Ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that America? Little pink houses for you.
Jenna Ryan is a world-renowned speaker and thought leader, ranked in the 87th most influential person online by Fast Company magazine. Jenna Ryan has spoken to thousands around the world and is now speaking to you. So with all things real estate and beyond, here is Jenna Ryan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show today. I don't know why it's so freezing out there. It's April 30th, and it's so cold. I had to wear my coat, my ski jacket today. How are you today? I hope you're wonderful. I hope you're having a great Sunday if you're not in church right now and you're here with us today. I really appreciate that. You can watch us live online at jenna.ryan1 on Facebook Live. You can see us here at the studio at the iHeartRadio station here in Dallas at Alpha and the Tollway. We are in the big time up here, I feel. I feel like we're really rocking and rolling. I've got some wonderful, interesting guests with us today. Mike Lohner with IMS Relocation. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Jenna. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. As well as Steve Barron with Designer Windows and Doors.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
You.
And I've been wanting to talk to him. I've been wanting to get a hold of a door person for a while and a window person because there's lots of things that realtors come across when it comes to doors and windows. So glad to have both of you here today. And it's been a wonderful day. I have been doing a lot of running lately, so I'm on a runner's high right now because I'm training for a triathlon in my spare time, which is fabulous. If y'all have any tips for me, please send them on because I need tips on how to run, ride a bike, and swim all in one day, several miles. It's awesome.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you. So you guys, I don't know anything about the NFL draft. Can y'all please clue me in what's going on?
Well, the Cowboys have drafted a taco, a Cheeto, and there's plenty of jokes about that in the paper today, but it sounds like they had a good draft. Stephen Jones was really happy, and They got defensive back help, so it should be a good, exciting summer.
Okay, well that's awesome to know. I've never paid attention to the draft, but on social media everybody's talking about it, so obviously it's a big deal, and I figure all these football fans out there are really excited.
Yes, they are, and Drew Pearson got everyone fired up, as you might have noticed when he did the second-round draft pick introduction with the fans in Philadelphia, thanking them for a great career, and that was exciting.
Fun. Well, that sounds interesting. Well, let's talk about business. Let's talk about your business. Now, Mike, I met you through RE/MAX, Dallas Suburbs, where I am a realtor, and my broker is Ivy Bolin.
Yes, Ivy and I have been friends for a long time, and I've worked with her and her clients before she became the person in charge at that office. And with the realtors, that's kind of how we market our business, is through relationships with realtors and their clients.
From what I understand, you do a lot of business with those agents in my office that have been there for years and years, and you've been working with them for about 20 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's a pretty good track record.
Well, in our business, it's a very easy entry. Anyone can become a mover.
Mm-hmm.
But staying in this business and providing quality service over a long period of time is very rare, and that's what we've been able to do.
Right. And, I've been to your facility. I went to his facility to pick up tickets for the Byron Nelson. He was kind enough to donate to me last year, and we had a blast, by the way. I stopped by your place, and you had told me all the wonderful things you do, which we're going to get into here in a minute. But I stopped by his place. Let me tell you, it's in Carrollton. It seems like Las Colinas to me, but he says it's in Carrollton. It is this humongous facility with all of these moving trucks. We're talking van lines here.
Yes, we are an agent for United and Mayflower. We do long-distance business under those brands, and we have 88,000 square feet at that facility for storage, and it stays pretty full. We have one of the best storage facilities in Dallas, and one of the reasons the reason that we're so good at it is we have a great staff. I've got a great team in that warehouse that works full-time.
Wow.
And they really take care of the customers.
And how many employees do you have out there?
We have about 60 employees full-time during the regular season, and during the busy season, we'll put on about 20, 25 more.
Wonderful. Well, that's great. And so you specialize in corporate relocation, but you also handle individual relocation, correct?
Yes, we do. In fact, we are able to help people with small moves, like we're doing a small move today for somebody, but we are doing another move for a person next week that's going to take 8 days, and she's only moving 3 miles.
What?
But that's how much stuff she has. And we came up with the plan. It's going to work for her. It's going to get her into her house, get her unpacked, and get her ready to go.
Wait.
8 days.
Why is it going to take 8 days?
Because she has a big house full of a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Okay. Wow. I know it would take me 8 days, and I don't even have a big house with a bunch of stuff. So get ready, because you're going to handle my move care coming up in May, because I have purchased a home. I'm a homeowner.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Very excited about that. And that, I've heard wonderful things. I think it's so important that you have a mover that you trust. Oh my gosh, because there's a lot of shady people. And as a realtor in the world, it's like, if I recommend someone that gives poor service to my clients after I've done everything, bent over backwards and jumped through hoops of fire to make someone happy, and then the mover comes out, here, you need to get in the camera. And then the mover comes out, and the mover doesn't do what the mover is supposed to do, or maybe like the mover, hasn't been checked out and they're staring at the wife improperly. Anything like that ever happens, I mean, that's my reputation. So one of the important things for me is to have someone that I really, really trust to recommend that's really going to take care of their reputation.
Well, one of the things that we do at my company is we take every move serious. I mean, it is your stuff, and I treat it like it's my stuff.
Okay.
I see over 1,000 people a year. So you think about that. That's 1,000 different families moving, 1,000 different places, in 1,000 different situations.
Wow. That's a lot.
And we've got to come up with a plan. Everybody's move is a little different, but we have a system, and the system works, and we give people advice on how to make their moves smooth.
Right.
And we help them, and that's our main thing.
Well, how did you get to be so big? Did you go get investors, or did you grow organically?
Well, I grew up here in Dallas. I went to Jesuit High School, Texas Tech. I started the moving business with one of my high school friends in 1991.
Wow.
Pickup truck, trailer, operating out of the back of a dirt yard, somebody's warehouse facility. And we've just been blessed with great customers and great people. We became a Mayflower agent in 1997. We bought a United agency in 2007. We've got a portable container business we call the SAM. We have 450 SAM containers for people that need. It's like our version of the pod.
Okay.
We sell boxes with our Best Price Box used box franchise that sells used boxes to people who are packing themselves. I mean, we've got an answer for everyone's situation.
Okay, and that's what so interested me, because a lot of times, especially in this market right now, we have people who are having to move out of their house because it's a hot market. So they want to go ahead and sell, but they can't. There's nowhere for them to move. So they have to, and nobody's going to accept their offer if they have a home that they have to sell. So they go ahead and they sell their home, and they find temporary housing, and then they go find another house. You have a solution to keep them from having to move twice, right?
Yes, we do. We have a program for our clients where I come in and we do what's called a declutter, or a move for staging. Usually,
oh my gosh.
realtor,
Wait, say that again.
A declutter or a move for staging.
You do that?
Yes. And
oh my gosh, that's my life every day.
So the realtor comes in and coaches the person on how to get their house ready.
Right.
Then I go in and I tell them how much it's going to cost to move the items to the warehouse to hold them. We hold them at no charge, and then we combine those items with their primary move once the house sells. It helps the house sell, which is good for me, good for the realtor, and good for the client.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, it sounds really, really expensive.
Most declutters are between $250 and $450, and $250, $450, and then we'll hold it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Did you hear that?
something happens and they want their stuff back, it's the same price to bring it out. There's no hidden, anything.
That's so worth it because people are right now. What we're doing, our solution, because every single person I work with has to get a storage facility. They're getting a storage facility. They're taking their time off work. They're taking their weekends. They're moving their stuff to the storage facility, and I'm sure it costs about the same. So.
Yeah, and if a customer wants to do the move themselves or the declutter themselves as they're going through their items, we're doing this for a person next week. We're delivering a portable container, putting it in the garage. I've got a guy that has portable dumpsters. We're parking that right next to the container, and the customer's going through their house, throwing things away or putting them in the container simultaneously. The house is going on the market next week. Pictures are on Friday, and
that's how my life is. So if I were to call you and say, I would call you and say, okay, we need a container. How do I know what we need?
Well, that's when I come out and take a look at it. We don't like to do anything until we put some eyes on what we've got in front of us because it's not the house size. It's how much stuff the person has, what type of stuff they have. And I'll come out and figure out a situation, a plan that works.
So I've just added you to my team. I have this amazing team. I have handymen. I have yard people. I have all these people, stagers, and I have housekeepers like you have never seen. Mike, from now on, I'm going to include you in that little team. Not little team, that amazing team, and we're going to bring you out too. Okay.
Well, I appreciate that, Jenna, very much.
Okay, we're going to break. You guys call in if you have any questions, 214-787-1190. Are you considering a mortgage loan? If so, contact my favorite lender, Brad Walters, with American Southwest Lending. He's always available and always on time. He's the only guy I would consider for all of my clients' loans. He's direct and to the point and doesn't give you the runaround. Call Brad Walters with American Southwest Lending at 214-924-1066. He will get the best rate and the best loan for you.
Texas. It's a big state with a whole lot of wind blowing around. What can we do with all that wind? Or what do you say we power all of our homes with pure 100% wind energy? At Breeze Energy, we're totally 100% green. We don't do coal or nuclear, and we never will. So why not go with the wind? Go to breezeenergy.com. We think you'll see we're a genuine breath of fresh air.
Good morning from the Talk Radio 1190 Weather Center. I'm William Shotwell with a look at your DFW forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies and a high around 70 with no chance of rain. Then tonight, clear skies and a low around 50. This report's brought to you by Capital One's Auto Navigator site.
Looking for a new car? Find and finance the right car for you all in one place. Browse millions of cars and check if you pre-qualify, all without affecting your credit score. Visit CapitalOne.com/Auto Navigator to get started today.
Little pretty houses for you.
Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show on Talk Radio 1190 AM.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm here talking with Mike Lohner, and I am like so excited. You have no idea because this is what I do every day. I help people get their homes ready to sell. That's like, in fact, can I just brag on myself for a minute? Okay,
yes.
Why not?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So anyway, I did this deal where a guy contacted me on a Thursday on Facebook, and we've never met before. We have mutual friends, and he said, I'm interested in a house. The next day, I went out, showed him exactly where he chose to live because it's amazing. It was perfect because I know I know what he needed and everything. I could get that. Went out to his house. He was so worried about me seeing his house because he felt, like it wasn't good enough and didn't look good enough. And I was like, come on. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. I do this every day. So I got out there, and as suspected, it was not as bad as you would think. However, it did have, he's a single guy, and it did have some things that needed to be done. Monday, we have stagers at 9:30 a.m. out, which was amazing that they were available for me. But Monday, so we found his house on Friday. Monday, we had stagers out. Then my housekeepers came out. They stay until like 6 p.m., from 12 to 6. Then the next morning we had yard people. Then we had photographers. By Wednesday, we had 10 showings. By Friday, we had 6 offers, 30,000 over list price. And so that's the kind of thing. I'm fast. I'm quick. I'm like, I want to call myself quick to the draw. I'm like, brrr, get things done. So what I like about what Mike is saying is that you can like literally come out and give, and come out and take care of people's junk.
Well, I can help people get moved, get their house ready to be sold, and get them on to their next stage in life. Because usually that's what a move is their next stage. And it's serious, and it's hard. And a lot of our customers haven't moved or haven't paid for a move themselves. They've done corporate relocations, or they've been in the house for a long time, and they don't know what to do.
Right. And whenever you've been in a house for a long time, you have got more crap than you realize. You think, you might call the mover and say, yeah, I've got like 20 boxes and this and that, but it's always like double what you ever imagined. That's why they come out.
Well, yeah, and if I tell people all the time, the analogy I like to use is you wouldn't hire someone to come paint your fence over the internet or over the phone.
Right.
You would make him come out and look at your fence, talk to you about what color stain you want, whatever. And you're going to go on the internet or over the phone and book somebody to move everything you have. And the reason people do that is they're scared. They're scared of moving. They're intimidated by the process. And the more generic, the more arm's length they can get from their mover, the more comfortable they are. They think it's just going to work like magic.
Psychologically, I think you've got it down. I think that's what happens is people are freaking out. They don't want to pay much. They think that they're going to be able to move at the price that you used to be able to move in the 80s. They think you can still pay that same amount and get moved.
Well, and if they have moved and they had a bad experience, it makes them even more gun shy. If they know somebody that had a bad experience, there's so many bad movers out there.
Yes.
So many people that, like I said before, the easy entry into this business by people that don't care and are not looking out for the customer's best interest.
Yes, and the thing I've just got to go back to this. So you will bring a dumpster and put it in someone's front yard, and this is not hard to do. This is not like going to take us 2 extra weeks.
No, the main thing that someone has to do when they move to save money and to improve their move and their quality of their new experience, their new house, is to go through their stuff. Everybody has stuff they don't want to take, and they don't know how to go through it, how to get rid of it, how to separate it, how to give the kids their stuff that they've been storing for years and years in the attic back to the kids. Whatever. It's
right. Some people have junk. Some people know it's junk. I mean, they'll tell you, I've got so much junk. And they're like, I just need a dumpster. I mean, I hear that all the time. Now, but not only will you bring out a dumpster, I saw that picture of that dumpster. Thank you for sharing that. Also, and during the break, he will bring out a pod, which they call the SAM, and you can have that in your front. Now, how much does that cost?
Okay, so the portable container is real easy. The website is www.972-GETASAM, GETASAM.
Okay.
We've got 4 tow truck drivers that deliver the containers. We can do it in 24 hours. Our delivery window times are 1 hour, not 8 to 12 or 12 to 6. This is not DirecTV. No offense, I am a DirecTV customer, but you don't have to wait forever for this thing to show up.
Okay, so like the next day or 48 hours, how fast?
That fast.
Okay.
That fast.
So you can bring this SAM out. How much does it cost?
Okay, it's $50 for the delivery.
Okay.
It's $150 a month for the storage.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. They're 16 feet long. They're 8 feet wide and about 7 feet tall. They're metal. They have tie downs. They're you can order them with packing material. So one-stop shop. You can call, order your SAM, have boxes in it, have packing paper in it, have tie downs in it, and have it all sit there ready for you to go.
I could offer this as a part of the service that I provide to my clients. You never know. I could.
Yeah, a lot of people like it. It's a versatile thing, and we use it on remodels. You use it on staging. You use it on cleaning out, storage. You name it.
Yeah, I'm really big on staging. And so will you come and pick up this SAM?
Yes, as soon as the person has the SAM full or ready to go, we'll come get it.
Okay.
We'll bring it back to our facility, which is also in Carrollton on Beltline Road.
Which is very, very nice. I've seen it myself. It's really, really impressive.
We'll hold it there and take it to wherever they want. Now, the SAM radius for our delivery area is from Sherman to Corsicana and from Mineral Wells to Longview. That's about where we serve. Anything outside of that is outside of our radius.
Okay, and so how much does it cost to come pick it up?
$50.
Okay, so another $50. Okay, and then another service I really like that you offer. So let's say someone doesn't want to move twice. You will come and pack up their home. And, well, of course, you'll come and look at it first. Then you'll go pack up their home, put it on a truck, and hold it on the truck. Or take it back to your warehouse. How does that work?
Very similar. We have 45 trailers, tractor trailers, like 45 to 53-foot semi-trailers. And we have a free service for our realtors and their referrals where we will load a person into the trailer and hold it for up to a week at no charge and then deliver it.
Did you just say free?
Yes, 7 days, free storage.
Okay.
And after that, we charge $100 a day.
$100 a day. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap after the 7 days. The 7 days is just like, okay, we don't know when we're closing. You can have all kinds of little issues.
If you want to clean the house, if you want to vacuum, you want to put down new floors before you move in, you need a couple days.
Right.
The thing about the trailer, though, is it's outside. So you don't want to be outside on your trailer for more than a week or so because we don't park the trailers inside. They're out in a parking lot.
Okay, so you don't want that.
That's why we limit it to about a week or so.
And do you have anything where you could do like a 3-month?
Yes. Now, inside our main facility, we have what we call storage vaults, which are wooden containers that we use for our long-term storage clients. You know, a month, a year, 5 years. We have over 2,500 storage containers. And when I come to the house to visit, or when one of my associates does, we have a little presentation, a video, pictures. We show the customer what's going to happen visually, and then they understand. Trying to tell them is just not going to work. You got to show them.
Okay, well, that's, yes, very important. Okay, so now we can get to the normal moving stuff because I'm so excited about those things. Those are some just value-added services that not everyone has that we really, really need as realtors. Now let's talk about how you take care of the person's items and material. You know, do you do like fancy paintings and things?
We do just about everything, but what I don't do and what I try to tell everyone that when we run into something we're not comfortable with, then we have a solution, but it's not going to be us.
Okay.
And it happens, and it's rare. For example, if you have, I don't know, a 10-foot grand piano from the 1800s, then we've got a Steinway Hall Plano who we use to do those kind of things. But standard pianos, uprights, 6-foot baby grands, artwork, light fixtures, TVs, AV setup, we can help with all of those kind of things.
Oh, you can set up the AV, or you just send them to another.
I have vendors,
sources.
like third-party contractors that we have that are reasonable that will come out and help people get squared away in their new home.
Okay. And so you can also take someone and move them across the country if they're moving to New Jersey or Tennessee.
Yeah, one of the things that's nice about my company is being an agent for United and Mayflower Van Lines. We have access to more trucks, more drivers, the largest network of interstate moving in the country.
Wow. How does that work?
Well, Mayflower and United is made up of a conglomerate of agents all over the country. Each Mayflower and or United agency is independently owned, and we actually own both brands here in Dallas.
Oh,
the headquarters,
it's like a franchise.
Kind of. And the headquarters is in St. Louis, and our move managers, the people that manage our interstate moves, actually work at the main office in St. Louis, and we're one of the only people in the country that do that. And why that's important is because they manage the dispatch and the coordination of the trucks and the drivers, and they're there at headquarters, and it makes everything happen faster. And if you've ever done a long-distance move, one of the things you worry about is the truck going to show up on time?
Right.
Is the driver going to call? Is someone going to let me know what's going on? And that's what they do, and they do a great job of keeping our customers in the loop.
Okay, wonderful. We have a question from Steve online. He wants to know about the SAM and how to get a SAM.
Well, Steve, the website is www.972-GETASAM. 972 get a SAM. And you can put in a request right there. You can always call the number 972 get a SAM. It's answered by either one of our reps or our answering service all the time. And if you do get a voicemail, you're going to get a call back real quick. And they can give you a quote on the SAM. They can talk to you about if it's going to fit, where you want to park it, do you need a lock, all the little things that you might not think of when you rent one of the containers.
Perfect. I mean, from now on, Mike is part of my team for getting a home ready for selling, and he's with IMS Relocation. How do people get in touch with you as a mover?
Well, the best way to do it is to call, and our main number is 972-484-2112. or imsrelocation.com. That's relocation.com. And you can just ask for me. My name's Mike Lohner. I'm the owner. I'm always around. I love helping my customers, and we've got a great team. I think you'll really enjoy working with my company.
Are you insured?
Yes, we are. We carry workers' comp on our guys. We have general liability. We have warehouse insurance. We provide full replacement value coverage when people are moving. We can make sure that you're taken care of.
And you can come in and you can, like I have a client right now that I believe is going to be calling you, and he needs you to come in and pack up his whole house and move him locally.
Well, we didn't talk about packing very much, but you can ask just about anybody that I've moved, and they say your packing service is the best dollar I spent because no one wants to pack. And we have great packers. We have ladies that pack for me full time.
Seriously?
And they come in and they just knock it out. And you can go see a movie. You can go to the store. You can go worry about other things. You walk in, you let them in, they get to work, and they leave. It is clean and simple.
That is amazing. Do they organize it properly and everything so that the kitchen stuff is in the kitchen and label the boxes?
You bet. All the boxes are labeled as to what is in the box and where it came from. And so it'll say pots and pans, kitchen, master bedroom, clothing, all that kind of stuff.
And do they actually do they unpack?
There is an unpacking service that we offer, and it's usually a partial unpack because you don't want everything out of the boxes right at once. Usually most people will have us unpack the kitchen, the master bedroom closet, and the artwork and the pictures on the walls. And then they'll kind of fiddle through the rest of it at their leisure.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Mike. I appreciate you. We've got Steve Barron up next with the windows and doors. You guys stay tuned through this break. Give us a call.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you. Are you thinking of buying or selling a home? If so, contact me, Jenna Ryan, with RE/MAX Dallas Suburbs. I was born and raised in Dallas, and I know every area and every suburb. If you're relocating to the area, downsizing, or upsizing, or buying your first home, I can help you find the home that's perfect for you. Contact me today at 972-510-9177 or go to my website at JennaRyanRealty.com. You can also email me at JennaRyanRealty@gmail.com. Whether you're buying or selling, I'm Jenna Ryan, your best friend in real estate. I have my own radio show, 25 years of sales experience, and a team of experts to help you with all of your real estate needs. Join me, Jenna Ryan, from 11 to 12 on Sundays, where we talk real estate on Talk Radio 1190.
Every day, millions of Americans are putting themselves at risk just by writing a check, using a credit card, or an ATM. We're talking identity theft. And that's why the National Foundation for Credit Counseling has compiled a list of tips to help reduce the risk of having your personal information stolen. Never give out personal or account information when responding to a phone or email inquiry unless you initiated the transaction. Open your credit card and other bills promptly and reconcile your receipts and accounts. Just because your credit card is in your wallet, it doesn't mean you're not at risk. Skimming or stealing credit and debit card numbers is a huge part of identity theft. If you've been a victim or think your personal information has been compromised, you need to act immediately. The identity theft recovery process can be long and daunting, but you don't have to do it alone. Contact a certified counselor at the National Foundation for Credit Counseling at 1-800-388-2227, who can guide you every step of the way. This has been a public service message from the NFCC.
Good morning from the Talk Radio 1190 Weather Center. I'm William Shotwell with a look at your DFW forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies and a high around 70 with no chance of rain. Then tonight, clear skies and a low around 50. This report's brought to you by Capital One's Auto Navigator site.
Looking for a new car? Find and finance the right car for you all in one place. Browse millions of cars and check if you pre-qualify, all without affecting your credit score. Visit CapitalOne.com/Auto Navigator to get started today.
Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Jenna Ryan Show. Thank you so much for listening today. We had a very good first segment here talking to Mike Lohner about from IMS Relocation about moving. And our second half of this show, we're going to be talking to Steve Barron. He is with Designer Door and Window. And let me tell you, I wanted to know about windows so much that I just had to find me a window person because I deal with windows on a daily basis. But I'm not a window expert. I'll admit it. I am not a window expert. And I really have some questions for you about windows. And I want to be a window expert. So I'm glad you're here today. I'd like to discuss all different kinds of things about windows.
Thanks for having me on. That's great.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your company, Steve.
Well, Designer Door and Window has been around since 2009. My wife and I have owned the company for the last 7 years.
Okay.
We bought it when we moved down here and left corporate world.
Okay.
And one of the big changes we made is we got out of the subcontractor side of the house and brought all of our installers in as employees.
Okay.
With workers' comp and liability and so on.
Okay, so you have employees with workers' comp.
Yep.
And they go out and they do the window replacement or repair.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful to know. Okay, so most of the time whenever I deal with windows as a realtor, it's when the number one thing that I get is an inspection report. During the process of purchasing a home, I do a lot of, I represent a lot of sellers, and the home inspection is done, and then there's always something about windows in there. The main thing about windows that we get in that inspection report are broken seals.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Broken seals. So can you tell me about broken seals?
Yeah, what happens with most homes is they have the builder-grade windows, probably the originals.
Okay.
And most of the time, what happens over time is the heat builds up in between the two panes of glass.
Okay.
And when that happens, there's that pressure blows out what they call the seal. And that's the seal that holds two panes of glasses, one on the outside, one on the inside. And when that leaks, there's a vacuum created, and what happens with that vacuum is it sucks in moist air, and that's when you'll start seeing the fog.
The foggy windows.
Or some kind of debris that was sucked in during that vacuum replacement, and now you can't see out of them, or you start seeing something you can't clean.
Right, and one of the most important things when you're selling your home is to have bright, shiny, clear, crystal, beautiful, sparkling windows. You want sparkling windows. So, but here's what I recommend to my sellers. You know, if it is a window that's in the front of the they always ask me, should I go ahead and have this fixed? For me, I always tell them if it's a window in the front of the house or in the kitchen, somewhere very visible, then you want to get that fixed if possible. If not, then we, can worry about it during the option period.
Correct.
But if it's a window that's in the back of the house or, that you don't always open or whatever, then I recommend, if you're a seller, not necessarily to fix it. But those buyers are going to come along because I always know the buyers are going to come along and they're going to want every single broken seal fixed or at least paid to get it fixed. So a lot of times the homes that I'm selling, in the 80s, the double pane, it's only on the double pane that you have the broken seal.
Right.
We've got like 30 windows. And how much is it per window?
Well, on the seal failure, on replacing glass, our company doesn't do that. We do full replacement of windows, but we have a source that can we would refer people to that can go ahead and replace just the glass units.
Okay.
And that ranges depending on the size of the glass that has to be replaced.
Okay, so you do not you don't do the seals.
No.
Oh, well, you probably don't even need a realtor business because that's mostly what we want.
No, but it's a good start. Realtors call us all the time, and we have good resources for them to go to if they don't have.
Okay, so you don't fix the broken seal. You would, because that's just necessarily to replace the glass, not the whole window.
Correct.
So you specialize in just replacing the whole window.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we get the call from the real estate agents when it has to do with wood rot of the frames.
Right.
Or windows can't be opened and they can't be serviced any longer.
Right.
And they're required, especially in the bedrooms, for egress. They want them. So we'll come in and replace those units.
Okay.
As needed.
Yeah, and a lot of flippers, they get a house and they want to make that house more valuable. And part of the value is for them to come in and replace all the windows.
Correct.
In the home. And do you have that a lot?
Yeah, well, not a lot. We do have. We're getting more and more.
Okay.
Especially in the times today.
Right, because there's such a
more.
shortage of houses.
That's right. Yeah. And there was a lot of investors that bought a lot of the older homes up
Right.
for a dime and need to flip them, and they need some good, solid windows. That's correct.
Okay, so whenever you bring the windows in, whenever you come in and replace the windows in a home, are you going to replace it with a double pane low E window?
Yes. Many cities today adopted the 2015 International Energy Conservation Code.
Okay.
And that has forced us to have to go with a certain energy code per window.
Okay. So each window that you replace has to fit the code if you're going to replace it.
That's correct.
Do you have to have a permit?
That's correct. And most municipalities require permits, and if they do, we pull the permits.
Oh, that's very
And that's for their protection, for the
Right.
homeowner's protection.
Right. Okay, and so you also do custom windows, right?
we do.
Like, what if, like, I had a home out in Carrollton that was beautiful and huge and magnificent, but it had a lot of wood windows, and none of them would open. What would you do in that case?
Well, we go out and we consult with them first. We want to know what they're looking for, what their ultimate goal is, and what the room is going to be used for. And then we look at the windows themselves. And then we have a number of options based on that conversation as to what we can offer.
Okay.
The solution.
So can you open the window? Make sure they open? So that would be one option.
Correct. Yeah. Well, depends on the use of the room. We have different operating windows that can open up like doors, or what they call casement windows.
Okay.
We have some over kitchen sinks that open up like an awning, so that you actually can open up during the rainy season and allow fresh air in, but keep the bugs out. And we also have what they call fixed, where if you want you want to bring the outdoor visual in to a particular room, then we have certain fixed windows that would really provide more glass than frame.
Are you seeing a lot of trends in windows, such as we had a builder on, it was saying there was something about people want the flat windows. They don't want a bunch of panes.
That's correct. Yeah, what they call grids or mullions, depending on what part of the country you grew up in.
Right.
And yes, we're seeing more and more where the grids are no longer part. It's all clear glass, and the challenge is the HOAs. HOAs may have that as part of their covenant, and
especially Frisco, right?
That's a story. Yes, Frisco, and so we have to go to the HOA with the homeowner and present the case.
But what if there is no HOA?
If there's no HOA, the clear glass is the big thing. If you're thinking about if you have to replace windows, or you want to do it before you sell the house, put in clear glass, because that's a seller.
For sure. You want to put in clear glass, for sure. I saw a house day before yesterday. You guys, this house was in Richardson, and it was one of those totally traditional looking houses like you have never seen. And it was in Canyon Creek. Everybody knows about Canyon Creek, okay? This house had that old look, but they don't have, a HOA there. They had the most beautiful, sparkling, clear plate windows in the front that totally modernized this home. And I'm telling you, they probably bought this home for $250, and they were selling it for $6 something. And it's probably going to sell. It's on the creek and everything, and it's beautiful. But I just thought it was so interesting. All these plate glass, this modern look is really coming in. And so those are also, but they don't look like you can open those.
Well, one thing about curb appeal,
right?
When you're pulling up to a potential opportunity as the buyer,
right?
The first thing that's going to snap at you is the landscape, the windows, and that entry door.
Yes.
And you want that all to look good to validate the offering price or the asking price. So we get calls a lot to replace just the windows in the front of the house for that curb appeal.
There you go.
So they can sell the house.
Okay, now, one thing I find that's very unattractive is the big, thick, white. Have you seen that?
Yes. They call those mullions or malls, where they bring different window units together.
Oh.
And because they can't build a window of a particular size in one unit, they have to put multiple units together. Well, when they do that, you're talking about a 5 to 6 inch post or beam, if you will, between the different units. And that does look very ugly. We have manufacturers that we work with that can provide up to a certain size, typically larger than the norm, that can come in with a very narrow frame and more glass and get rid of that big bulky look.
That's really, really necessary, I think. A lot of people don't think of that, but you don't want to the windows are supposed to be there, but they're not supposed to take the show.
That's right.
You know, you don't want your malls to take more attention than the front door. It's like, you know, you want to have a focal point of the front door, and then the windows are just kind of like a waiter. Really good, but you don't even know he's even there.
Yeah. Well, that's what's nice about our business is we have a door company as well, and that we get a lot of calls.
And we're going to talk about the doors after the break, but before we go to break, I want to talk to you a little bit about what about like custom window sizes? Is there like a standard, you know, size window?
Well, there is if you're building a new home. But if you're in your retrofit where you're tearing out the old, putting in the new, in Texas we have a lot of brick homes.
Okay.
And now we're seeing more and more stucco.
Okay.
So in the stone brick, we have to fit that window in between that brick and that stone. So every window we replace has to be custom made.
Are you kidding?
No, and houses move around here, right?
Yeah.
So we have yet to find a square window anywhere over the years. So they have to be square in the hole so they operate properly, and they have to fit in between that brick, stone, or stucco.
What's a typical price of a window?
It all depends on size. So they're going to range anywhere from $225 installed and up, depending on the size.
$225 installed and up. Mm-hmm. And do you also have to use a certain kind of glass?
Yes. Yep. You're gonna because of the energy codes.
The energy code. So that's what a low E window is.
Low E, you'll have 3 coats of low E typically, and it gives it kind of a green hue. I'm sure you've all seen that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's actually the energy-saving coatings on the outside glass. The pane of glass on the outside is where they put that low E coating, and that's what reflects that ultraviolet.
Well, you are so informative. I appreciate you. You guys, if you have a question for Steve Barron today, give us a call at 214-787-1190. When we get back from break, we're going to be talking about front doors.
Well, there's a black man with a black cat living in a black neighborhood.
Are you ready to take advantage of this hot Dallas real estate market? If so, go to my website at imaysell.com. Fill out the form and receive valuable information about selling your home. The Dallas real estate market is hotter than ever. We're having the biggest real estate boom in 10 years. Maybe it's time for you to sell your home. If so, visit imaysell.com. That's imaysell.com. Fill out the form and receive valuable information about selling your home in the Dallas, Denton, and Collin counties.
5 times more hires are made through Indeed.com than any other job site, according to independent research. Imagine a lottery that had 5 times more winners, or a Sunday with 5 times more touchdowns. When you're hiring, it makes 5 times more sense to use Indeed. Right now, we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job on the world's #1 job site. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
If you owe the IRS, they want their money and will do whatever it takes to get it. But truth is, they would rather settle for less than bother you more. That's why they're offering the Fresh Start program to help you solve your tax problem for good. You may qualify for a settlement that saves you thousands. Nobody knows this program better than Optima Tax Relief. They will fight to get you the best possible tax settlement. Call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Texting while driving can be as dangerous as drinking and driving. Put your phone away. A message from the Texas Department of Transportation. Talk, text, crash.
Good morning from the Talk Radio 1190 Weather Center. I'm William Shotwell with a look at your DFW forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies and a high around 70 with no chance of rain. Then tonight, clear skies and a low around 50. This report's brought to you by Capital One's Auto Navigator site.
Looking for a new car? Find and finance the right car for you all in one place. Browse millions of cars and check if you pre-qualify, all without affecting your credit score. Visit CapitalOne.com/Auto Navigator to get started today.
The phone lines are open at 214-787-1190. Here's Jenna Ryan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. So glad to have you listening with us today. Definitely give us a call if you have any questions for Steve Bannon about windows or doors. Here he is in Plano with Designer Doors and Windows. Tell us how to get in touch with you, Steve.
Yes, you can reach us at our office number, 972-424-0031, or you can go to our website, designerdw.com, and we have all our contact information there.
Wonderful. Would you be able to just go out and talk to somebody about their windows and let them know if they need to replace them or what they need to do?
We do that every day, and there are times when we'll walk away from a job because really if they're going to sell the house in 2 or 3 years, there's no sense investing, replacing all the windows. A lot of people want to replace everything in the house because they know they want to sell it ultimately, so they want it to look good.
Right.
Well, that's not necessary.
Right.
It's better to talk to a professional like yourself that can tell them what they should do to sell the house.
Well, I work with a lot of people that take a lot of pride in their home, and they want their homes to be the best, whether or not they're moving or not. They like to make sure that everything is up to par, and they may just want to give you a call and have you come out and talk with them about their window needs, and maybe get a referral for if they have broken seals on their windows.
And we do that often.
Good. Is that a free, would you do the free consultation?
It's all free. That's
so
exactly right.
So you can call him up and just have him come and take a look at your windows.
That's right.
And he would be a great person in Plano, and I'm sure you work other areas other than Plano.
We do.
Where else do you work?
Well, our radius would be Irving, just east of Irving, to Rockwall, and then north would be really the just south of Van Alstyne. South to North Dallas, and we're opening up a second location in Carrollton, which will allow us then even more to go west into the Fort Worth area.
That is awesome. That sounds really wonderful. And so you have a showroom right now in Plano, and so what kinds of things do you have at your showroom?
Well, we have all the different types of doors, entry doors. We have a variety of the most popular windows that are sold in the area as well, where they can come in. It's about a 3,000 square foot showroom, so they can come in and open, close, patio doors, entry doors, windows of all styles to get a sense of what they look like in an actual wall condition, and be able to compare the different styles of windows.
Okay, when would you say a home, what is the age of a home that generally needs its windows replaced? Is there an age?
Well, it depends upon the builder and what they put in originally, but typically what we find is 10 to 15 years for an entry door and about 15 years and older for windows.
Okay, and also, how do you take care of security? What do you do with security with these windows?
Well, there are the way the windows are built today is they're built exceptionally well with interlock systems between the upper and lower operable sashes. They have different pins that they can put in windows today. And then there's also exterior devices on the interior side of the window, external devices that they can use. And the code requires us to put safety latches on any windows that open that are below 24 inches anyway, so they'll come automatically. That's for the kids' protection.
Okay, do you do anything with sensors?
Yes, on alarms, we're one of the few companies. We have a system of securing and making watertight any kind of alarms that they may have already in the home. And we go ahead and use all brand new connectors in the new window systems. Very few windows will do that. Companies will do that because of the liability, but we have a neat system that works for us and has for many, many years.
Okay, wonderful. What about sealing the I keep asking you about windows. We're going to get into doors here in just a second. But what about the seal? What about the seal on a window? Tell me something about that.
The seal?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on the manufacturer of the glass unit.
Okay.
And the price and the quality of that glass unit. You have different glass thicknesses as well. And the narrower the glass, sometimes the easier it is for that seal to break.
Okay.
And also the type of what they call the separator between the two panes of glass. That all depends on what they use. If it flexes with the heat and cold, then the seal is going to last much longer. If it's an old what they used to call swiggle stick with a bunch of black bitumen in there, that's going to break. The seal will break on that very quickly.
Okay, I think I'm confused, or I think what I'm talking about is more like the caulking. So the seal.
Okay.
So you're saying seal as in
Okay.
that. So that's
As
what that
in
means to you.
Right.
What I'm talking about is around, like, how do they maintain these windows?
Yeah, that's a great question because, a lot of times when the windows are put in, homeowners think that's it. They don't have to worry about it again. But that's not true. The installers, depending on the type of the quality that they want to put forth and what the homeowners paid for, there's caulkings, is what you're thinking of as far as sealing.
Okay.
There are caulks that are used that can be need to be replaced every year, or those that can be replaced every 5 to 6 years. So as a homeowner, you're going to want to double check your seals all the time, and plus you're sealing up against porous material like brick and stone.
Right.
So if moisture gets in behind and the brick and stone is not sealed, then the caulking will become loose over the next couple of years because moisture was migrating in behind the stone. So the caulking is only as good as the surface that it's going to seal to.
Okay.
Also, along the same lines, is that when windows are installed, you want to foam the cavity between the exterior of the window frame and the house structure itself.
Good to know.
For energy efficiency and for water tightness.
Okay.
And we have on our website a 3-minute video under Windows, installation of windows, that actually shows a 12-step process. It takes about 3 minutes and 17 seconds. These are my employees that we did this video with, and it shows exactly the steps that should be taken when a window's installed.
Okay. Well, now we're going to go on and talk about doors. You guys can listen on air at Talk Radio 1190. And we're here right now, and we're going to talk about front doors. So tell me what you do with front doors.
Well, we go out and consult with the homeowner, and sometimes we have interior designers that come in and speak with us in our showroom, and then we go out and visit the homeowner.
Okay.
But what's important there is we want to take a look at the architecture. We want to take a look at the exterior and interior colors.
Okay.
And what's important is making sure that a door matches both the exterior and interior design requirements.
Well, that's interesting because from what I understand, a lot of the HOAs are requiring a traditional look outside, but people are wanting more of a modern look inside their home.
Right. And
so how do you address that?
Sure. And there are some manufacturers that can actually provide both. We have a fiberglass.
Really?
We have a fiberglass door manufacturer that can actually put two different designs, one on the inside, one on the outside. We can do two different colors, one on the inside, one on the outside.
That's fabulous.
And so we have with fiberglass, we have some great flexibility. With wood, we are kind of restricted to an interior exterior relatively the same design. If we get into some real custom hand built doors, then we can get pretty creative.
What are your most popular types of doors that people are wanting?
Over the years, we've watched fiberglass, your higher-end fiberglass doors, not the builder-grade type, but the higher-end fiberglass doors are really coming into their own because of the sun here in Texas. It just destroys a wood door. They don't have the proper overhang. They have a southern or western exposure, and wood doors, any sun on wood doors, it voids the manufacturer's warranty immediately.
Well, okay, so you're saying that the wood doors get really, really warped and ruined in the sun in Texas, in Dallas here, and if they don't have the proper overhang, which is like one of those little arbors, or
right.
What do you call those things?
Yep.
Overhang?
Yep. Overhangs, that's what they're called, yeah.
Oh, okay. If you don't have one of those, and so that's why you see some of those people that have the little cloth overhangs.
That's right.
But it can be actually a part of the architecture.
Yes, yeah.
Overhangs.
Yeah, and you can. And there's a rule of thumb. If you go from the stoop to the ceiling and in the entryway, exterior part of the entryway, the overhang should be 50% of that height.
Oh.
So if you have a 10-foot height, your overhang should be 5 feet. Well, take a look at any two-story development, and you're not going to see that.
Right.
And so wood doors, in most cases, we have that sun exposure is not going to work long term.
So it's better to have a fiberglass door if you're going to be facing the west.
That's correct. And vendors have a 10-year finish, up to a 10-year finish warranty on these doors in that exposure of the Texas sun. So their fiberglass is really becoming, once the homeowner is educated and understands the difference between a low-end fiberglass and a high-end fiberglass, they find that the price for the high-end fiberglass and a good solid wood door are basically the same price.
Can you make it look like wood at least?
Oh, when you see the technology has come a long way. As far as what the grains look like, we have cherry, oak, fir, knotty alder in fiberglass. And we challenge them to come to our showroom and take a look and compare, and they'll see how close, because we have doors, fiberglass doors next to our wood doors, and they can't tell the difference.
Are people wanting the window in the door? Do you find?
No. We're finding more and more are asking to have the solid door for security purposes.
Okay.
And for privacy reasons. Now, there are certain glass units, and because we have to meet the energy codes, there are certain glass units that can provide some obscurity in as far as the visual through the door at night.
Right.
But we're finding more and more going to the solid door.
The solid door.
Security.
Now, what about those two, like on whenever you have a door in the middle, what are they called?
Side lights.
Side lights? The whole thing is called a light?
Yep.
What?
Side lights on each side of the door.
Right.
Yes.
Not the light, but I'm talking about the part of the door where there's a window or it's a part of the frame of the door. And
Right.
That's called side lights.
Those are called side lights. Yeah,
Oh,
where there's
okay.
glass involved there.
Okay.
And so we do a lot of times we'll get out there. They have brick under the side lights, and those lights are part of the builder grade windows that they put in.
Okay.
We can tear all of that out and put in a whole new door system. Sometimes we can take a single door and side lights, make it a double door.
Okay.
We can put a 42-inch door in, helps get furniture in and out, but gives them a nice, more contemporary look. So there's a lot of and same thing with transoms. That's the window above the door.
Yes, got that. I knew that.
Yeah,
transoms.
we can tear a lot of that out.
We're running out of time. So tell us how, again, to get in touch with you.
Sure. Again, Designer Door and Window. That's designerdw.com. And then on there's all of our contact information, or you can call our office direct. It's at 972-424-0031.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming
Well, thank
today.
you, Jen.
I appreciate you taking time out of church and everything like that.
My pleasure.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to The Jenna Ryan Show. I will talk to you next week.
Jenna through Facebook or email at JennaRyanRealty@gmail.com. Join us again next time on Talk Radio 1190 AM for The Jenna Ryan Show.